So we will just explain the 2D array slicing once again. See, over here what we're gonna do, we're gonna just take this array, and over here we have two rows. This is the first row and this is the second row. If you print this, it will print something like this, that this contains the first row and this contains the second row. Now there are two rows. So first of all, if you want the number sliced numbers from this row, the second row, then if you want from 8 to 11 or 9 to 11, then what we're going to do, first of all, you need to select the row number. So the position of the row number is 0 and 1. So the second row's position is 1. So we're going to write 1 over here. Now after selecting the row number, we're going to slice it. So now we need to see the position of this from 9 to 11. So ninth position is 2, 0, 1, 2, and 11th position is 4. But you know that this slicing always works the end minus 1. So we need to give 5 to get the fourth position. So it will go for 5 minus 1 to the fourth position, and we will just find out our list right over here, 9 to 11. So did you understood, Ankita? Just let me know in the comment section. Yeah, very good. So now we will just make another folder over here for discussing the task. For discussing the task, we're gonna make another folder over here. Now our task was something like text on an image. Okay, so we're gonna put on the task 2, and this task is text on an image. Now for doing this, what we're going to do first, first of all, we want to take an image. So let me search my window to get some image, because I don't remember if I have some. Just let me search my window so that I could find some image. Okay, I have a few image. Let me take this image certificate and let me keep it in this folder. We were working on session 3, and inside session 3 I will just create a folder. Let me create the name of the folder as image, and inside image I will just keep on this certificate. Now certificate is there, and now what we require, maybe the font. You are asking of the font, so let me take one font also. Let me take actually this style folder, copy this and paste it right over here. Okay, so we have taken the font styles. To install or directly you can download the font style and keep it in the style folder. You need to always have the TTF or the OTF format. These are the two formats for the font that is taken as a font style. So either it is TTF format or it will be an OTF format, and you need to keep the images over here. I'm keeping it over here. You can keep it in your location. Okay, so we are back over here. Now, first of all, we require the PIL. So we need to import PIL. So from PIL, means from this library, we will import certain things, like we will import image for getting the image. So let us import the image first. This will be capital. Let us import the image first, and now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this path. Okay, so either you can go directly with the path, or else what you can do, you can go for the OS system, because if you're gonna share this particular file to someone else, then what will happen, they will have some other paths and how to change that path. So this is not compatible. So what we do actually, we just make things compatible by taking the path, by getting the path of the particular location. So we are just taking this path, like import OS. So we are just importing the OS. Now OS will be, I believe, in capital. Import OS. Yeah, this is done. So we are just importing the OS. This is the operating system, all the things that are available in Python, and we'll just get the path. So first of all, we'll just write path equals to, and then we'll write, maybe you want to know how it is printing. So we will just have the path of the current directory. So we'll just print os dot get cwd. So let us take this, and this is a function. So we'll create this function. Now, what does this function does actually? It gets you the current working directory path. So this is the current working directory, and the working directory is Python internship. So it will give you the path of the Python internship in your local folder. Okay. So wherever this folder is, the session 3 folder, it will generate the get the current working directory from there. So we can just make this, execute this as day 5, and see it is giving you the path, current working directory path. And then what you can do, you can just take this folder name over there, and you can just initiate it. So in that Python internship, you can get the next path over here, session 3 day 5. So if you're sharing this folder to someone, then automatically this will take the folder from the take the path automatically. So now what we're going to do, you can see how it is getting printed. You can see how it is getting printed in backslashes. Now you need to make your path in the same manner. You cannot change the path. So path equals to, we have a path joining library, a module. So it's os.path. Okay, everything is connected with this import only, os. So os.path dot join. What it allows to do, it allows to join us several paths within commas. So automatically it will join the path. So first part, what we require is get CWD. See, these concepts are very, very important. If you don't find any of the point, just let me know in the comment section. I will try my best to complete it today, but it is a very big concept. It's not damn easy. So os.getCWD is the path that we're gonna have over here, and then a comma, and now we'll join the paths. So our next part is session 3. So we'll just write session 3 and then a comma, and our next part is day 5.py. Okay. Now day 5.py is our program path. Now what we require is, we require the folder. So we have got the folder, and inside that there is image, there is style. So this becomes our main path till session 3. So let us print this path to check if we are getting the main path till session 3. Because after that we have image in some other path, style in some other path. So we need to call those paths separately. So we'll call it separate. So till here, let us execute this code. Okay, session 3 is not defined. I believe we have made certain mistake over here. Okay, session 3 is taken as a variable. We need to give it as an inverted commas so that it acts as a string. Now it will work fine. Okay, I believe it is not saved. Okay, see. So here we are getting the path. We are getting till this folder. We have got till this folder. And now the first thing is that we need to open the image. So for opening the image, we have to go for image. There's a variable that we have taken image. And this image import, what we have done, we'll just open it. Image dot open, and inside that we're going to give the path. Now you are asking how to give the path. Path should be always in, you can say, in the binary terms. Okay, in the bit terms. So for converting it to the binary terms, we just use R in Python. R and then a single quote after this. Single or double is upon you. Now we need to join the path. This becomes the binary code over here. Now we need to concatenate. Concatenate with what? The path. We need to join the path over here. So we'll just join the path. And now this was the base path. But after that, we have several other paths. So we'll go for image. Now we'll have in single quotes a slash image. Then it's all a small. Remember, you need to be very specific with the cases of these name. If you are not punctual with the cases, just go there, rename it, and copy it, and then put the same thing over here. Put the same thing over here, paste it. This, you will not make any mistake like this, but you need to be very careful of the path. Then again a backslash, and then we'll write our file name that we want to open, certificate.jpg. So we will write certificate.jpg. So this is done. So till here we have done this, and now we'll just uh, execute this code, and you will find that we are not getting anything. Now this is because we have executed the code, but what we are doing, we are not saving it. Okay, so we will save that somewhere else. So for saving it, what we require, we need to give another path, and that is image.save. Image.save. Okay, and inside that we're gonna give the path of it, and again we're gonna give the path r in the double quotes. Maybe we are creating a folder over here. Let us create another folder in the session 3, and name of this folder, okay, and name of this folder may be generated image. And I will just copy the name and press enter. So we have the path. So how to go for the path? First of all, we'll concatenate the path, the original file, and then in concatenation in the single quotes, we'll have the generated image. So here I will just, okay, it's not copied, so I will just write it down, generated image. Okay, and then in a slash we're going to give the file name. So we'll just have the backslash, and then the file name is maybe we're going to give the test.jpg. Now you will find that we are getting something over here in a different color. So if you're getting this in a different color, what you need to do, you need to give the double slash. Then you will find the perfect color over here. So we have given it perfectly. Now let us execute this code and let us see if this works. So let us see if we got some image over here in generated image. You can see we got an image in the generated image, and it is test.jpg, and it's exactly what we got in image. So if we delete this, if you want to see this once again, if we delete this, we have no file now in generated image. See, we have no file in generated image. So now we'll execute this code again, and it will automatically generate the image in generated image. So let us see. Here we got the test.jpg, and it's over here. So the first step to open an image in store in other location is successful. Okay. Now what we require, we need to write some text. We need to draw some text. So for drawing certain text, what we require, we need to import some other libraries. So for importing some other libraries, we have to import image draw. Image draw. So we are importing image draw over here. Now for importing image draw, what we require, let us take a variable draw before saving, not after saving. Before saving the image, right over here, we're going to take a variable draw, and inside that we're going to draw this image. So we'll write image dot draw, and inside that we're going to pass the image that we want to draw. So it's in the image variable over here, so we're going to pass the image right over here. So this is done. Now after doing this, what we want to just write something on the image. So for writing something on the image, we're gonna write want the width and height of the particular thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we can go for the draw text, draw dot text. Now what is this draw? Actually this draw is this variable name, and inside this variable, what we're gonna draw, we're gonna write the text, and the first column we're gonna just pass on the values. So in a parenthesis, we're gonna pass the x-axis and y-axis. So let the x-axis be this. First of all, for writing the x-axis and y-axis, you need to be very careful with the image size. What a dimension does the image has? So we are over here, session 3, image, and to get the size, just h over on this. You will find that this image has a dimension 3508 cross 2478. So if we have dimensions in between this x-axis as 3508 and y-axis at 2478, between 0 to 2478, we will get the text properly. So if we write something over here like 1900 comma 1250, then you will find that we will getting it on the in between, somewhere in between the image, and then a comma, and then we what we'll do, we're gonna pass on the value that we're going to write over here. So over here in single quotes, we're gonna pass hello, hello maybe, okay, and then we're gonna pass. This is done, I believe. If we're gonna pass the font color name, then we have some other things, but we haven't created anything right now. So we'll pass till here, and then we will just save the image. Save the image right over here. So let us see if this works fine. Let us execute this code. Okay, pil.image has no attribute draw. Okay, we have made some mistake over here. Image.draw. I believe draw is small over here. Okay. Image.draw. Let me just okay. We have made this mistake over here. We have created image draw over here. So we're gonna pass image draw, then a dot draw. This may be fine. I believe this was only the mistake. We missed a draw over here. Let us see. And it works fine. And let us see if it takes over here. So we created some file somewhere in between. So let us see if this comes, because we haven't created the font size. So it will be very small. Maybe there may be some errors also. So we need to rectify all those errors. So till now I'm unable to see anything. So we need to just fix the font size to get a proper value. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna delete this, and we're gonna fix the font size first of all. So how to fix the font size? For fixing the font size, we have to fix the font type also. Okay, so we're gonna have to introduce image font right over here, and then we're gonna execute this like font size equals to, and then we can write something like image font dot true type, image font dot true type, and inside that we're gonna put the path. So r, and the path is over here in the style, so we have to give concatenate the path, and then we're gonna concatenate with the style. In single quotes, we're gonna write the style, then a slash, and maybe the style is over here, so we'll just copy one of the style. Let us copy this style, control copy, and we're gonna paste it over here, dot ttf. And after this, after writing the path of this script, we're going to write the size of the value, font size. We're going to write the font size right over here, and this is 10. So after doing this, we're going to pass on this value over here in the text where we have written the text. We're going to pass on the value right in the text. So we'll just pass comma font equals to font size. So this is done. So now after doing this, what we're going to do, we're going to just execute this code and save this. So I believe this time it should show us the data at the right path. So let us see. We have deleted the previous generated image, and now the new generated image will be generated. So let's see, it's done, generation is done. And if you find certain data, okay, you can see guys, previously why we were not able to see the data, you can clearly see over here that over here we have the data. See, over here we have the hello. I believe if you're not able to see, maybe you can see the crossed bars in this line. So we won't able to catch also this issue if we were not taken this line into consideration. So what happened, there is no color set by default. The color is set white by default. So we need to change the color. So let us take another variable color, and inside that we need to put an RGB color actually. Okay, so for putting an RGB color, we're going to do in something like this, RGB, and inside the parenthesis, we for 000 is for black. So let us take the black only, 000, and then the parenthesis closed. That's it. So this is how RGB is done, and now we're going to pass on the color over here. So for color, we will have the keyword like fill. So we're going to write fill equals to color. So this is done. Now after doing this, we'll just execute this code once again, and let us see if this time. So now if you think that previously the code was saved, previously the image was there, so no need to just think of it, because whenever you press enter and save the code again, save the image again, the previous image will be get replaced with the new image. So if you see now we have the text on the image. So I think you got to know this. And if we want to just make certain changes into it, if you want to align it over here, so let us take a name, proper name. We have passed on the name right over here. So let us take Adit Sharma. Let us take this name, and we'll just, what we're going to do, we're going to change the height and width. So what we have to see, we need to reduce the height a little and a width a little. So we'll just do this. We need to test it every time. We need to reduce the height a little and width a little. Let us take 1500 because it's a long text, and let us execute this code now. So we have executed this code, and let us see what is the data. It's good. So a little more alignment is required, and you will find the data. So I believe we have completed this. This was only the lines of the code that you need to do. It was a very short line, short code, but very complex to be understood. So now let me know in the comment section, how do you felt by writing text on image? Just let me know in the comment section. Did you learn this? Did you understood this? If you have any queries, just put on in the comment section, or else you can say you can understood. Good. So I believe, will it run in PyCharm? Yeah, it will run in PyCharm. There is no issue in running this code in PyCharm. Okay, so guys, this was a very simple one, but you need to think more to get these things automated. Now, if you change this is a task, the second task, because today is a task discussion panel. So there will be two tasks for today. let me write in a file over here and let me put it a task. Task is, we don't name the task, so .txt. Now this time we have two tasks. Now I will show you. You just see the image first, then I will show you. See, Adit Sharma was somewhere over here. Now if I write something like TechCat Services Private Limited. If I write this much big number, this much big name, and if I want to execute this, then let us see what changes does the image do with us. So we'll just open this image. It's taking a loading time, and you can see it's crossing the image very badly. It's not at the perfect position. Adit Sharma was little perfect, but this is not actually the perfect. So your first task is to solve this problem. Arrange, first task, arrange the image, arrange the text on the image according to the text uh, width, according to the text width. Okay, now your answer is there into this question. What you need to search in Google to find out this answer is there inside this question only. So you need to just go through the question very carefully to find out what actually I meant to say according to the question, how to find out the text. So I showed you what is the error and you need to rectify this error. This is the first task. And the second task is a bit again complex and interesting too. You need to email to any account, through your account via Python. Now, I hope you understood this. You need to find a code, you need to design a code where you will use your Gmail, your Yahoo, or any other account, whatever you use for emails. You need to link that account and you need to mail through Python to any other accounts. So it is not that difficult as the previous one, but yes, to find out the exact code is very, very difficult. So start your researches, start your searching, and then we'll meet again on Monday. So if you have any queries, you have next 2 minutes to provide your queries in your comment section, or else we'll wind up this session and we'll meet on Monday with all your tasks, doubts, and everything. Okay, so I believe there is no other doubts from your side. If you have any doubts, you can just tell me, or else we'll end up this session. So I believe you have no doubts. So we will be ending this session right now. So meet you on Monday. Thank you guys. Thank you for being with TechCat.